got to keep his shots updated. Come on now. That American Medical Association is a fraud. For one, they doing what? Practicing law. I mean, not law, practicing medicine. Because it's all associated. Practicing law and practicing medicine. We're going to kill this law tomorrow. But practicing medicine is the same thing as practicing law. You just practicing. You're not a true professor of meds. For one, they know the science of the zodiac, them doctors. They know that the zodiac correlates to the human body from head to feet. They know that if you have an ailment in your head, the feet is the remedy. They're well aware of that. Well, not the feet, pardon me, not the feet. You have an ailment in your head, the remedy would be your kidneys. Because the 180-degree solar reflection to the head, which is Aries, would be Libra. And Libra governs the kidney area. Islam? They're well aware of that. You get what I'm saying? These cats that deal with law and deal with, or deal with practicing law and deal with practicing medicine, they straight up master masons. That's how they got the position. They ain't just wake up the other day, they know this. They have an agenda. That agenda we may term as being the Illuminati agenda. You can call it that. That's correct in a way. But the way that it's not correct is that they're not the true Illuminati. We are. It's just that they've been claiming that which already is ours because we don't want to claim it. We want to run around and say we blacks, Negroes, colors, and I'm of the black nation, black power for people. Civil rights movement. No, that ain't going nowhere. The reason why is because these people ain't nationals. Don't no nation recognize no people called black. You go to Africa, you go to Dominican Republic, Jamaica, etc. These are nations. You go to Africa, there's several nations. These people ain't gonna call themselves the black nation. Where is the black nation located at? Somebody tell me. In order to be a nation, you have to have a geographical landmass, you have to have a flag, seal, people, and a constitution. Where's the black constitution at? Who are the writers?
14th Amendment.
Yeah, that's the black constitution right there, you're right. Where's the black seal? Where's the black flag? I don't know nothing about no black flag. You go amongst a nation and say, yeah, I represent the black nation. Where's your flag at and your people? There is no such thing. These Europeans that's here on this land, they are invaders. The thing what they did was they fooled us into thinking that they rightfully belong here, and we don't. We didn't even come from here. They make us think that they brought us all over here. So now we think that the indigenous people of this land are so-called Indians, which they didn't even call themselves that. Just think about it. You got various different so-called Indian tribes. Indian is a classification. All of those Indian tribes, none of them never called themselves Indians. They went by various different names: Cherokee, Chickasaw, Yamasee, etc. They didn't call themselves Indians. The Europeans called them that. The same way they call us colors. Same way they call us. Same way they went from color or Negro, colored to black to African American. I don't know what they're gonna call us next. Who knows? They might call us Moorish blacks. Who knows? They might come up with some type of crazy scheme of classification to be able to further denationalize us from our land, because this is our land. And the people that were here that they call Indians did not identify themselves as Indians. They identified themselves as Moors. The people on the other side of the Mississippi, the west side of the Mississippi, the so-called Redskins, those are the so-called Indians that they accredit with being indigenous people here. When they came on this eastern seaboard, we were niggas. And I'll put a quote on that. Nagas, Naga Asiatics. We were Moors on the eastern seaboard. When you go into that Treaty of Peace and Friendship, 1787, it don't say nothing about no Negro. It don't say nothing about no black man. It don't say nothing about no color. Now this is 1787. It say Moors. Because that is what the nationality of our people was here. With no Indian, with no black, with no color. It say Moors. Now mind you, this is the same year of the Constitutional Convention, 1787. And you got Moors that want to argue with you. Oh, no. The Moors ain't had nothing to do with the Constitution. So what was the Treaty of Peace and Friendship? Why was it the same year? Why is Washington, D.C. designed like the Moorish flag by Benjamin Banneker, who we call Emmanuel Muali Ben Bey, a so-called black man, and designed it to look like Luxor in Egypt? A square with a 5-pointed green star in the center. And they'll also try to associate that with being satanic. They'll try to associate the owl with being satanic, when the owl is just something that can see in the dark. You understand? When you sit there and look at an owl, or the symbolism of an owl, it represents that which is wise, who can see in the dark. Us. Us. That is a representation of us. You'll see that owl right on the dollar bill. You'll see the circle 7 right on the dollar bill if you flip it upside down on the back. When you look at that shadow being cast from the east, flip it upside down. You see circle 7 right there on that great seal. The national seal of the United States is dual-sided. You have the obverse side with the bird, and then the reverse side, which is the Great Seal Pyramid. It's dual-sided is because it represents 2 nations. It represents the Moors who are already here, which is why you have your Treaty of Peace and Friendship. And then it represents the Europeans who we gave permission to deal with commerce by way of that flag right there, which is a banner, which they call the Star-Spangled Banner. Islam?
Islam.
All right, let me continue with this alchemical correlation to all the planets. The alchemy for the sun would be magnesium phosphate. Y'all got that? Foodstuffs associated with that would be meat, rice, honey, crops, and vines, and general vegetables, high iron content, spinach, and watercress. Herbs and spices, saffron, peppermint, rosemary, rue, walnut, laurel, and bay leaf. It is exalted, and let me see. What is this? This is Leo. So Leo, 180 degrees from Leo would be no. It would be Aquarius. It would be exalted in Aquarius. Yeah. That means when it's at its highest point, exalted.
That's when, like, your main sign can be like Leo, as I said, but you also, your moon sign is Aquarius and your sun.
Hold on, we're gonna get to that in a minute. We're gonna get to that in a minute. Hold on, we're gonna get to that in a minute. Alright, the sun, let's go to the moon, which is Cancer. Moon. The alchemical correlation to the moon is silver, which the money system is based off what? Gold and silver. The sun and the moon. The moon is what causes currents to take place on the planet Earth. This is why they call it currency. Silver, gold. You get into vampire stories and werewolf stories. What kills vampires? Silver. What kills werewolves? Silver. What kills vampires? Sunlight. The sun and moon principle right there. The sun has a 12-month annual solar return. The moon has 13 months. When you take all that and add it together, you get 7. That's circle 7 right there. Islam?
Islam.
Could you break that down, like, because most people would think when you say 12, 13, 25, but it's really 1, 1, 2, 3, and you add the individual numbers on it, right?
Exactly. You got 12. You got to break it all down when you're dealing with numerology. Don't run from numerology either. They'll tell you to run, that's devil worship. No. Anything they tell you to run from, gravitate towards it. So that's 3. 12, 1 and 2. Right. 12 equals 3, right? 1 and 3 equals 4, right? You add that up, that equals 7. That's circle 7.
And that's by way of, you said,
Sun?
What is it called?
Numerology. Everything is numerical.
Right.
Mathematics is the foundation of all things that exist. That's what's called the universal language. Like I was saying earlier, you can go to another planet. They may not even talk on the same vibration that you're speaking on. If there's people up there, or beings up there. But I guarantee you they understand that universal principle. Numbers. Go to another country, go to China. They might not understand English. Then again, in China, they way more advanced than we are here. They probably speak like 10 languages on average. But just let's say they don't speak English, or you run into somebody that don't speak English. They speak numbers. They speak mathematics. It's a language. And it's a universal language, meaning it's recognized throughout the universe. The universe is rooted on mathematics. This is why the brother Clarence 13, ex-Father Allah, put supreme mathematics as the first degree of understanding his teachings. Islam?
Islam. Does the moon rule anything? Any signs?
Huh?
Does the moon rule any signs?
Yeah, it was Cancer.
Oh.
Got that? Got that, Caesar?
Mm-hmm.
Next, Sun, and then Mercury, which would be Virgo. No, then Mercury. You want the order of the board? Yeah. Mercury. Yeah. Mercury next. Its metal is mercury. Mercury is an alchemical correlation. This is, now mind you, I put the metal here, remember that's the alchemical correlation.
What does the actual mean?
Where?
With saying the apostle name.
Oh, yeah, that's still subject to study. But the 12 apostles correlate to all the 12 zodiac signs. Now, this comes from Sister Roz's book called The Oracle. Now, I have not examined the New Testament in regard to 12 apostles and, you know, each one, whatever their qualities are. So I can't, you get what I'm saying? I can't really demonstrate on that. But this is how she put it in there. Is, you get what I'm saying? That's still something that you got to take and study on your own.
What's the name of it?
It's called the Oracle.
Oh,
Yeah.
This rule is Gemini.
Okay, it says exalted moon in Sagittarius. How do you know that's in Sagittarius?
Nah, the reason, when it's exalted, that means it's 180 degrees away.
that means it's the
Oh, that's
very top.
So whenever the sun is in Sagittarius, that means it's exalted. Whenever the moon is in Sagittarius, that means it's exalted.
The 180 because you don't know, so you're about to come back around. You're about
It's at the highest when it's 180 degrees away. And Sagittarius is where it would be 180 degrees away. Now also keep in mind that these salts, these cell salts, there's only 12 of them. And they're all in conjunction with the zodiac. They're minerals that exist within your body. Now during your conception to birth, you get a major influence of 9 of them. The 3 that you miss are the ones that you need to start eating more of. You get what I'm saying? So for in your particular case, you're Gemini, so you want to eat foodstuffs associated with Cancer, Leo, and Virgo.
Which is magnesium, phosphorus, calcium chloride.
Oh, the salts, right? Okay.
The foods have that in them. When you look at the foods associated with it, they have that in them. Because those salts ain't nothing but minerals. You can find them on the earth. You can probably find them in the temple store. But you can't eat them.
Yeah, our sign is communication.
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all got all that?
Yeah.
Next.
Venus.
Planet would be Venus, which is copper. Correlation to that is copper. Venus is Taurus
Yes.
and Libra.
Stars in it.
Yep. Stubborn,
Well, let me, this
honest, consistent, good with money, of course, possessions, earth sign, like to serve people, like to help people out, purpose for money, to stand your ground, calmness, patience, reliability, blessing, receive, and return permanent. Color is green, metal is copper, cell salt is nat soap, natrum, soap, I can't remember how you pronounce the soap.
Something.
So yeah, I think that's what it is. Copper.
Whether people believe it or not, you know the sign you are actually. You show the traits that it says.
Oh no, it's not, this ain't no belief system.
Well,
Well, you know what you mean by people that don't actually feel like the
Yeah.
zodiac
had
is accurate for it, you know, because they
How they
brainwashed
are.
thinking that it's
Now look, when you come across somebody like that, you ask them, why is today Wednesday? Somebody says, oh, astrology is BS, or nah, I don't believe in astrology. Ask them, why is today Wednesday? Or why is today the 15th? It's astrologically decided as to why today is the 15th and why today is Wednesday. You get what I'm saying? It's science. Now, usually when somebody says something like that, what they're saying is that, you know, they don't believe in going to go get your horoscope read and, you know, somebody determining what your fate is going to be. I don't disagree on that. That's the commercialized department of astrology. The people that do that most likely are master astrologers, and they're using what they have to generate finances.